One of the worlds I've been playing most since the Wild update came out is this one, where I spawned in an ancient city, which was a hard enough challenge by itself, but I've been trying to make the place habitable and actually enjoyable to live in, which is what I've been doing in that time. However, since I loaded up this seed, it's actually changed quite a bit, and if you load up this exact same world now, you'll notice a world of differences, from the loot to the height level of the structure relative to this ravine to everything else about it. It's just gotten better, and you really should try it out if you haven't already. Let me show you what I mean though. Type in these digits to Minecraft, any 1.19, 1.19.10 world, just load it into your Minecraft right now, and this is what you'll see. I mean, apparently some wool and some skulk, but you'll also see that you're much lower down. The Y coordinate has gone down significantly. This is a change they made to the ancient city during development. They now always try to spawn at about -50 on the Y axis. So it's much lower down, which in theory is scarier because you're so much far below the surface, which is kind of spooky, but it also makes the challenge much more interesting. But the rest of things here aren't all necessarily about the challenge, because let me show you one by one some of the incredible things about this. First things first is the big lava ravine, which I'll admit I fought a warden in there a few times and it didn't go well. That is now gone from this area, and so now you can't just magically fall into lava, which is really nice, and instead you'll find the ravine located just over here. But because the ravine is so low down, you'll actually notice that it's a really shallow, narrow ravine. So you've got this endless source of lava, which is right at your fingertips, and you can literally break 2 blocks to get access to, should you really want to. I think that's incredible by itself. I also think it's incredible that right next to spawn, do you see this platform right here? You do have to stack a few blocks up, but literally within a few blocks of spawn, oh, this isn't the one, actually. Oh, no, it's just up here. Within a few blocks of spawn, you'll get 2 enchanted golden apples, some sculpt blocks, and some magic cucumbers. I mean, what is not to love as far as food? Imagine your first food in a world being an enchanted golden apple, eating it, and then still having another one. This is the world that you get to live in if you load up this seed. Obviously, they've made it a little bit easier to survive in terms of other things, because if you look around this ancient city, you'll also see a lot more beneficial things. First things first, there's more of these towers, so there's more opportunities to get, you guessed it, enchanted apples. These things spawn far too often, I would say, from a balance point of view, but from a playing a silly world point of view, it's the big benefit you get in exchange for living in such a scary place. You are going to have too many enchanted golden apples. Other things that have changed is you'll find more structures around the place, so you'll be able to get access to other blocks you otherwise wouldn't be able to. There is now blue ice and packed ice down here, as well as note blocks, which is very cute, you know, could be useful for some form of mob perhaps. I'd say note blocks are actually a terrifying thing to find, but still, it's really cool to have more chests and potentially more loot with more great food. The 2 best food sources in the game, literally seconds away, by the way. I just think that's nuts. But as well as having extra blocks, extra chests, and extra everything that matters at a lower level, there's something else incredible about this seed that you almost don't believe, because having an ancient city at spawn is crazy, but allow me to show you what happens if you just go to the right of this portal. So, do you see this ancient city portal? Head to the weird ear on the right here in the negative X direction so that you get to about -100. You'll find this big tower, and okay, what are you going to find in there? Probably glowberries and some amethyst shards. Those might be handy for later, huh? But you're going to find some swift sneaks, some glowberries, some useful stuff here. But also, what you're going to find if you just go slightly through this wall, or alternatively, use this cave, which you can easily access over here, you'll find there's another exact duplicate of this chest. As you can see, wow, this time we get more amethyst shards, and we're going to get ourselves some diamond leggings with the curse of binding. You better enchant those before you put them on. Maybe with Swift Sneak. So yeah, you get a whole second ancient city, by the way. Just want to point out the insanity of that. Just in case you're curious as to how we know it's a second ancient city. 1 ancient city portal per city. 2nd ancient city portal. Wow, that really is 2 full ancient cities. But in case you think to yourself, well, I mean, sure, it's good having 2 ancient cities at spawn with all of the loot that comes with it, all of the new blocks that come with it, all of the wonderful, interesting things you can do. But you said it got a lot better, Toy Cat. I mean, is there really that much to compensate? And yes, there totally is, by the way. First of all, did you know because it's at a lower level, you're likely to find things like diamond ore more often, or, perhaps you could find some dripstone in the ceiling, or you could find caves like this one right here. Look at the stunning nature of this. It's dripstone on the top, because that's above Y0 and you can't can't get deep dark there, but then it's deep dark at the bottom. This is something that is just stunning and so tricky to get otherwise, and there's even more diamonds should you want them here, but as well as having amazing access to diamond, as well as having amazing access to a cave like this, do you know what you also have access to? You might have spotted it earlier, and you might be screaming at me right now that there is actually a spider spawner, and it's a double-chested spider spawner. I have no idea why the chests are next to each other, but you love to see it, right? You absolutely love to see it. Speaking of things you love to see, oh, you can actually access it from this way too. So even with the entire ancient city moving down, and so basically the ravine having to move up, and so now, by the way, your odds of getting dirt, which you do kind of need, go significantly down. You are going to have to swim up this ravine to get it. Your nether portal, your ancient portal, your ancient ruins, what is the word? The ruined nether portal, I got it eventually. As you can see, wow, golden apple, we got golden boots, we got a clock, some fire chargers, you still got the stuff right here, and you've still got the ability to go to the nether, but if you wanted to do better, I do have to admit, the seed, before this update, I wasn't hugely, when I first saw this, I figured, you know what, the surface isn't really the important part of the seed. But now that it's moved down, I have to point out that you can do a 100, again, sometimes you will spawn up here and not down there. Most of the time you should spawn the deep dark. But if you do want to get yourself down there real quick, you can do a 150 something block jump just naturally in Minecraft. I don't recommend doing it into lava. You should do it into the water or put some slime blocks down, you know, your choice really. But the fact that you can do that, very nuts, right? Honestly, even flying up this hole is so long. Imagine putting a ladder up here. How beautiful that would be. So yeah, like I mentioned, if you look around this seed with just a glance, you'll conclude there's nothing around, but you'll be missing out on two things you can find in this direction right here. One of those things is a village, and it's a above average village in my opinion, solely because it has a blacksmith chest. This is a blacksmith, and the blacksmith chest is the chest found within, and it's the best chest in Minecraft oftentimes. This time it has 7 obsidian and an iron pickaxe. Combine that with the ruined portal in there, you've got yourself enough for a full nether portal without ever having to do the whole bucket technique, which is kind of fun by itself, but also as well as this village, do you know what that is in the distance? Yeah, you guessed it. It's a second village, and this one's in a flower foresty mountain, so plenty of flowers for you. Oh, also, there's one of these things. But like, why would you care about these if you had amethyst shards, which you could collect in bulk from the... You know, there's no reason why you would need to care. But just in case you did, you could go in here and you could get yourself some totems of undying, as well as other great loot. Seriously, this is the seed. The apple's not even enchanted. Why would you even bother going for it? But obviously, there's one reason why you're at Woodland Mansion and you brought your amethyst shards with you, and it's the reason this seed gets even better after the next update, or just in preparation for it, because Woodland Mansions contain something that reacts quite well with amethyst. Do you know what it is? I think, could be wrong, but I think it's these guys found right over here. Yeah, it's the big illager statues, which for some reason, there's so many off in this place. Like, do we need this many? I mean, if we break through another wall, do you know what we're gonna find? You know what we're gonna find again? It's a third one of these. Do we really need that? Is that necessary? Anyway, so the thing I was obviously talking about was not that, but instead was this over here, because you'll notice there's some empty prison cells. Oh, this one has an alley in. Let's give him a pickaxe. Here you go, friend. Give me my pickaxe back, thank you. But yeah, if you want to get your hands on a ton of alloys so you can breed them and get more alloys, this is a thing you can do. Actually, before the update comes out, give your alloys some amethyst, because you probably won't be able to do that afterwards. Oh, look how fun this is. Yeah, we got lots of them looking for their amethyst shards, and I've got enough shards that they can have fun looking for it. And yeah, I absolutely love this. Honestly, this is unrelated to the seed, but I do intend to breed my allies after this update, solely so that next time I'm doing a destruction project, you know, maybe I'm destroying a deep dark or something crazy, the allies can, like, throw them into nice little piles, and then I could put, like, hoppers below them. It's gonna be so handy for me. I know people are so, like, negative about the ally, but I'm actually, like, kind of excited for it. Anyway, that was the ancient city that has massively improved, not only by the fact that it's gotten a better ancient city, not only the fact that it's gotten a second ancient city, and they both got great loot, and also the loot of the nearby Woodland Mansion and villages are perfectly timed in such a way that you can get a really nice brand new feature that's coming out real soon. Not only do all of those things perfectly overlap, but also it's just a neat challenge even before that. I am still playing this in survival, if you're curious. I am still getting along and doing some good stuff. I would have really benefited from some extra golden carrots, but I'm enjoying working with what I've got, and I will have an update for that hopefully you can watch sometime in the next week or two. It takes a long time to edit these together. It takes a long time to record. You know, I've been playing hours and hours. We have to condense down. So, yeah, I want to make sure that we do that, but I want to make sure that we do it good. It'll be out hopefully soon, and you can see my adventure of surviving in an ancient city, but I am surviving in what is now an inferior version of this seed, and if you want to survive in the superior version, with all the diamonds and enchanted golden apples in the world, then you can do it right here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, because, oh my god, it's kind of crazy, right? I hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you in the next one. Goose bye. Show a goose when I say goose bye. It'll be funny. People will appreciate that. Okay, I have to go eat dinner before I stream.